This is David with your Bluewater Lake update for October 27th to November 2nd. It's another low front day. Weather on Friday is supposed to be high in the high 50s. Friday, Saturday, high 50s, low 60s. Sunday, mid 60s, low 70s for Sunday and Monday, and then back into the high 50s and low 60s for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So it's kind of crappy. Hot, cold, hot, cold. Lows in the high 30s or high 20s to low mid 30s. No wind. Well, there's going to be wind, but not a whole lot of wind.
Wind is good.
Today's not so windy.
Yeah. What are you smelling? Fresh.
That's
rubber.
No, that is pea flower. Smell.
No.
Sweet pea. I had to use Evangeline's deodorant today. So
It smells like straight plastic. No, it's not that smell. There's that's that. It is.
So trout fishing is still slow. They did put in 700 trout 2 weeks ago. Nobody's really been out here fishing for the trout, so trout fishing is still slow. If you do want to come out here and try for the trout, make sure you bring out your trout tackle this weekend when you come out here.
And a lot of patience.
Yeah, a lot of patience. But they will start stocking on November 1st.
Not on November 1st, but the first week in November.
Well, the first week in November.
Yeah.
Whatever. Say both.
Watch it be November 1st now.
So just be aware of that they are going to start stocking coming November, the first week of November through March.
So as far as musky fishing goes, especially during this time of year, swim baits are king. We've been talking about that for a couple of weeks. One thing that has been brought to our attention is that the glide baits are working really well. Now for those of you that aren't familiar with glide baits, we've talked about them just a little bit. I'd like to do a really in-depth review of glide baits. The difference between...
Right now?
No.
Oh, I was like...
I could talk...
I really got it.
I'm not kidding. I could probably talk about these baits for like 2 hours straight. So anyway, your typical swim bait, the more sections it's got, the more joints in the swim bait, the tighter the swimming action is going to be. I know you guys have seen those 500 jointed swim baits on eBay for like 10 cents a pop.
And you twist them and they fall.
That's the downside. You got to think that there's nothing in that bait to hold it together, so 9 times out of 10 it's a piece of nylon that if you just twist it a little bit, it'll rip in half. A glide bait is going to swim in a lot wider pattern than your typical swim bait will, and it also allows you to run that bait a lot slower than what you're normally used to. Guy from Wisconsin was out yesterday and he had caught 5 fish in about an hour and a half, and they were all pretty decent fish, mid to low 30s. And did you get a 40?
There were 2 over 39, 2 under 36.
So yeah,
One right in the middle.
Cool. He got some decent fish out of there yesterday, and then fished for an hour and a half, went back down, and then nothing. So the lesson there is be prepared to put in a full day, and these fish just turn on for a little while, and then sometimes they'll just drop off the face of the map. You won't even know they're in that lake.
It's like it's kind of the wintertime thing though. There's like this time during the day where you could be out there and just crushing it, and then nothing happens for the rest of the day.
Late fall into the wintertime, their metabolism, the way they process proteins and things like that slow down considerably. So, which means they're going to want a bigger bait to sit in front of their face a little longer than what you're typically used to.
Yeah, they're going to try to fatten up.
So,
as a reminder, the gate hours to the park are going to change on the 1st of November. So the park will open at 7 and close at 5. So after 5 p.m. you will not be able to get back into the park.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.